The Bill Gatton Student Center at the University of Kentucky opened in fall of 2018. After opening, Public Relations created a committee on university signage with John Herbst as executive director of the Student Center, handling signage policies.
The signage itself was discussed very heavily with students when we first started working on the project. So the project really was talked about in two different time periods, one in 2003, 2004, and then the one that actually resulted in the building of the facility was 2013 to 2014. During our conversations with students, there was an expressed desire for us to go as sustainable and environmentally friendly as we possibly could. So that's one of the reasons why you'll see that there are no bulletin boards in the building. We've decided to transition to a digital media format with monitors throughout the building so that content can be changed almost instantaneously, and it allows a platform that everybody can be treated equally on. Typically when I see it's pretty much done via email, what I ask groups to do is to submit either a photograph or a PDF file of what they want on the yard sign. And typically we need to know that the sponsoring entity is either a student organization or a university department. But that's pretty much it. I don't make any judgments on content. We're totally viewpoint neutral on all the formats that we use.
According to the signage policy, banners, yard signs, and digital media must be all aesthetically pleasing.
I think what they're talking about in terms of aesthetically pleasing, again, I have to reiterate that we're viewpoint neutral, so content doesn't play into it at all. But when we talk about aesthetically pleasing, we're typically talking about it being posted in a manner that it doesn't detract from buildings or natural fixtures of the campus. So like we probably wouldn't want a banner to go 40 feet long across the front of the main building and obstructing traffic trying to get in and out of the building.
When it comes to flyers hanging on walls and being passed out, it's up to the owners of each building on campus whether or not they are allowed.
Typically the posting of flyers and banners is up to the dean, or for lack of a better word, we would say the owner of the facility. So like when you start looking at the Singletary Center or Guignol Theater, those would fall under the auspices of the dean of the College of Fine Arts. The classroom building, Patterson Office Tower, are different types of building because they really don't have an owner as such. They're not assigned to an academic dean. So that essentially would fall upward to being under the auspices of the provost. I can tell you that in all honesty, sometimes the signage policies aren't followed to a T in those buildings because there's not somebody monitoring them on a daily basis. So if you look at university administrative regulations and the signage policy, for example, there's not supposed to be any postering or leafleting inside academic classrooms for very obvious logical reasons, but we know that from time to time things can appear there. I don't recall ever denying a student organization as long as they're registered and we have validation that the activity is in fact taking place. I think one of the things that we can say is the university has a tremendous amount of resources available to assist students and organizations with their promotional efforts, be that for activities or for recruitment or whatever their mission may be. Obviously Blair and Whitney are here housed in the Gatton Student Center to assist with digital formatting and design as needed. We have a large student and professional staff that are also available as resources.